In addition to using the AWS Management Console, we're also going to be using the AWS Command Line interface. The nice thing about the CLI is that unlike the Management Console, the CLI commands almost never change. Now, don't you hate it when you go to watch a video, everything's changed? Well, that does not happen with the CLI, so this is why I prefer to use the CLI whenever I can. Now, in this demo, I'm going to show you how to configure the AWS CLI to operate as the IAM user you just created. Please make sure you have the access key identifier and secret access key for that user handy. Once you have that, jump on over to your favorite terminal and we will get started. With the AWS CLI installed, open up a terminal and type AWS configure. Now the first thing it's going to do is ask you for the access key ID. Go ahead and paste that in there, hit enter, and then it's going to ask you for the secret access key, and then of course paste that in and hit enter. Now next it asks for the default region name. I've been operating in US East 1, so I'm going to type US-East-1. Now to make it easier to follow along with the demos, I suggest you use this region also, but it is not a requirement. You can specify a different region if you like. For the output format, I'm going to specify JSON. Now as you'll see very shortly, the CLI output can get very verbose. And by the way, if you don't like JSON, I suggest YAML, Y-A-M-L, as an alternative. I do not recommend the text or table formats because they can look really messy. So JSON it is. All right, that is it. Now to test it out, I'm going to attempt to view the IAM user that I created earlier. To do that, I'll do an AWS IAM get-user -user-name, and the username is Ben. And if you can see the username in Amazon Resource Identifier, or the ARN, then you know that this works. And that is it. That is all there is to configuring the CLI.